everybody. It is the 29th of March, Sunday, so it's time for Sunday chat. And today I have Little Bead. This baby is amazing. He is a Blessing Kit by Marita Winters. He is such amazing. I always think if there's some reason why I would have to sell some of my dolls, he would be one of the ones I would keep. It would be him, Joy, Blossom, Maddie, Hannah, Jane, and Ruby. They're the few ones that I would actually keep. This one is amazing. I am so amazed by the artistry of this one. She's done a great job. Well, since I get this properly done, I'm a bit late getting going today. It is 10 to 3 p.m, which means I could be up tonight getting this uploaded, because this gets to a big video. It's usually about an hour long, and it's a big one. It just takes putting it together. When I put it together and saving it, just say I use Windows Movie Maker, and I save it as an MP4. Then once that's saved, then I actually convert it to a smaller file, so it's a smaller file to upload. Plus, I have actually tried to upload it straight as when I've had a little one. Sometimes my story ones at the start off, they're only tiny, smaller videos. I just upload it as I create them. But YouTube, I'll get a message saying YouTube prefer another file thing. So that's why I always make it to I cannot remember the version, the file extension. But I know I can, when I save in a Windows Movie Maker, I can save it as the same file extension when I through Windows Movie Maker, but it doesn't seem as small. Maybe that shouldn't matter. That means I don't actually have to convert it again to upload it. But because this is a long video, it's going to take extra long. But that's okay. So long night. That's okay. I've got no plans for the next foreseeable future. Not really. I don't think I told you last week that my volunteer work is on hold until we got told to go back because of this virus, the coronavirus. I finished up the week before last, and at that stage where I was volunteering was still open for the clients. But I got an email from the volunteer coordinators telling us that they are closed now. The staff, there are office staff and that are working there, but there are no clients being there. And Kim, the volunteer coordinator, at that stage she was only there 1 day a week. So a lot of people, millions of people are out of work because of this virus. I receive, as you know, I receive money from the government, and I have to report, I have to do 15 hours a week in order to get my payment. But now with what's happened with the coronavirus, that is on hold. I got a text earlier saying I do not have to report. I used to have to go and report online each fortnight saying, yes, I've actually followed what I'm supposed to do. My 15 hours, I've done that, and that I get paid. But a text message saying now I don't have to report. I just get paid automatically on Tuesday. But I will probably be up at midnight, and I will just check online and see what's going on in there. So the coronavirus is, it is shocking. As we all know where it started. It started over in China. and I learned that they found it in December. And from what I know, the leaders of the world, they knew in January. And why did China take so long to let us know, let the leaders of the world know about this virus? They waited to the new year. Maybe they thought they could contain it, but that is not the point. They did not contain it. They created this. They didn't create it, but it's, I don't want to say the wrong thing. It developed in China. And one thing I didn't know is that animals can get this. I report that a cat has got this virus from its owner. His owner had it. The symptoms were diarrhea and I can't remember what else. I get the news coming up on my phone through Google, and that's how I found out about it. And it is shocking. I went shopping on Friday. I think it was it Friday? Thursday? Friday. And the shops that are closed. Hairdressers now are closed. There was no hairdresser open. A lot of shops in the plaza have closed. Food courts are closed. The food area, the food stores are open. The takeaway shops are open, like your hungry. We've got Red Rooster. There's a Chinese place. There's a crepe place. It's all like little food court. You just cannot sit down and eat in the food court. You can go and buy the food, but you got to leave the area and go outside and eat. You cannot eat there. I didn't actually go and check to see what shops were open. But I know that places sell donuts. I actually had got a donut for the first time in ages. It wasn't actually a donut. It was a clear one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. No ill effect. The only thing I found I've had the ill effect from was pizza. It made me have a nana nap. And I found out all the problems with my tummy has been related to acid. My stomach is creating a lot of acid, which comes down, I think it's GERD, heartburn, indigestion, all this kind of thing. And they said, try and stop acid. I thought, acidy foods, pineapple is an acidy food, and I love me pineapple. Yet it doesn't affect me all the time. I drink cordial. Cordial is a drink which we actually put so much into a glass or a mug, then we add water to it. That is what we call a cordial here in Australia. And I was drinking the lemon one, and when I thought lemon acidic, so I stopped drinking that for a week, and all was okay. I thought, great, you know. That I didn't. When I realized, I said I didn't drink it for a week. Then I had a cup, and my tummy played up. So I thought it was because it was a lemon. Acidic, but then I actually had brought a red one, a raspberry cordial, and oh good, this is okay. But I looked at the ingredients on the raspberry cordial, it's still got acidic in it as well. So I don't know, I do not know what is going on. Actually, the other day, Wednesday, I think it was Wednesday, I went over to the shops on there to get some scripts, and I was going to get a sausage roll from the pie shop, but they had none, so I got 2 cakes instead because I had no cash, so I had to use my card, so I actually had to get 2. Then I went to the little supermarket and I brought a couple of bags of lollies, and I brought a couple of bottles of lemonade. I haven't had this soft drink. I usually, as I said before, I usually have my mineral water or sparkling water, but I had this mineral water and the coronavirus. I live, Coffs Harbour, and the area I live is actually, it's called the mid-north coast of New South Wales. And this is actually a big area. I don't know how actually big it is, pretty big. There's, in the mid-north coast, there's about 19 cases of the coronavirus. I do know that 14 of those cases are at Port Macquarie, which is 2 hours away south of me. I have no idea where the other 5 are. And I Googled because I wanted to find out, excuse me, I wanted to find out where they actually were, if there's any in coughs. Further no, there's nothing about coughs. And I hope that if this one does develop in coughs, they do let us know, because we need to know. I'm not worried. I'm just worried that getting food. That is the main thing. Oh, I've got the moment. I've got plenty of food. I've got me frozen chips, sausage rolls. I've got about a loaf and a half of bread. I've got 2 packs of my cereal. I went shopping the other day. I brought another pack. So it was there, so I got another pack. I got some biscuits. Those biscuits I was eating that caused me tummy upset. Okay, now. It is crazy. It is. This is how it used to be. I never knew what to eat for it to upset me. But because I don't have to go anywhere now unless I need to. So I might turn that TV off. I'm watching this girl cleaning up, I don't know if her brothers or someplace home, and I thought, what she's doing. Anyway, today's Sunday chat. Yes. How am I feeling at the moment? I'm feeling pissed off. My fault. I woke, I woke about, did I have my pills? Yes, I think I did have my pills. Yes, I did. Yeah. I woke early this morning. I think it was maybe, I don't know what time it was. Went to the loo, went back, went on my phone, watched some videos and fell asleep. Then next thing I heard, beep, beep. I thought, what the hell is this? Next thing I knew, another one. I thought, what's this? First I thought someone called. I thought, who's going to call? Is there only one person who will probably call? But she wouldn't call. And then I thought, then I heard it again. I thought, is it a text message? But it wasn't a text message. It was notification of Stephanie was going to have a premiere video. So I didn't know what it was. I just seen it. So, I thought I'll get up and have a look. When I looked at it, I thought, oh, notification, okay. I thought, oh, it must be coming soon. So I got up and went to the loo again, turned my computer on because I like to cast videos to my TV. It's a lot bigger. I can see it better. So once I got down, got to the computer TV and then look, an hour. I had an hour. So I chat. I said, okay, time to feed the worms. Since it was what, 12:30 by now, I thought it was time to feed my worms. I had a big plate of cereal. Oh, I love my cereal. I love my cereal. That's what I have for breakfast. All through the winter, I have my cereal. And my cornflakes, don't we? Yeah. Then I had a big bowl. Everybody loved my one. On the chat, then it was getting towards the end of the premiere. Then Stephanie said, going live with Patreon in about 30 minutes after that. I said, okay. So I thought, okay. I'll sit here and wait. I've got a bag of chips. I've got a drink. I'm watching, waiting. Then I realised I'm only on the $1 tier in Patreon. Of course, a lot of people out there cannot afford to go any higher. And she's only doing most of Patreon now is a $5 tier and higher. I was sitting here waiting, then I realised what it was. I thought, I've got to let Stephanie know to send me the link for it. So I was sitting here waiting. I had a bowl of ice cream and jelly. I felt like some ice cream. Then I put on TV and that, and I thought, well, I've got to do my video. So I thought, I'll get up and do my video. It'll cheer me up. I like doing the lives. I like getting, even the premieres, when she has them up, but the lives are really good. I know I was watching one of Stephanie's lives last week. I was so engrossed in the live that instead of I was actually answering her. Instead of typing it, I was actually talking back to the TV. Because I know, that's why I said that, I told Stephanie, to me, that's what it is. Especially the premieres are good, but when it comes to live, it's like, I've got visitors fine if someone comes to see me, and I've got 2 visitors, and that's what it is. The only person I have that can visit me is when my landlord comes and collects rent, but that's only one more time, then it's going back to the real estate, we'll be doing it. Then, I don't know. But I'm good. I don't mind being alone, but it can be hard sometimes. Because as I said, I've got no one to talk to. And as I said, I was talking to Stephanie through the TV. I know when I did that last week, I actually made a comment that I was actually talking to the TV and someone commented on it. I thought it's crazy. What else has been happening? I don't know. One thing the government is doing in Australia, or the one thing he hasn't done yet, he hasn't actually announced that schools should be closed. He said it's okay for kids to go to school, kids can't get it, but kids can get this virus. A young 12-month-old baby had it. I think another 2 or 3-year-old had it. Another school kid, they had it. They can still get it. But the crazy thing is, he has taken his kids out of school. So if he said it's okay for kids to still go to school, why has he taken his out? That's what I would like to know. Why has he taken his out? Well, we've got Easter in 2 weeks, so the kids will be off. Do they finish? I think they've already finished school for the term. In Australia, we have 2 terms. Sorry, 4. It used to be 3, but now they created 4. They start school of the year is late January, early February. Then they have next week time they have a break over Easter. They have 2 weeks break. I'm not quite sure how long the terms are. Let me see, February, March, April, May. I think term must be 3. No, they can't be 3 months long. I don't know. Well, at least they have 4 terms. They'll have 2 weeks holiday over Easter, then they'll go back after Easter. Then they'll have another break, then I don't know. In Australia, we have a day here to remember the Anzacs that actually fought for our country. But it was a big day in Australia. You get the diggers out marching, they have everything. It's a really big day for the diggers to go out and be proud of what they did and to get acknowledged for what they did for our country. But because of this coronavirus, there's no more. They had to cancel for this year, which is sad. I remember we were kids when I lived at Kingscliff. We used to go to the marches. Was that like a Kingscliff, nice little town then, and have a march. It was really nice going there. The shops in Kingscliff were open, but when the march was on and everything was going, they wouldn't serve anybody. But these days, so I wonder if they'll be, even though we have certain public holidays in Australia, like Anzac Day is a public holiday, yet shops are open. Easter Sunday is a public holiday, shops are open. Boxing Day is a public holiday, shops are open. Crazy. It is crazy. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, because of what's going on, the line, Centrelink in Australia is where people are going to apply, whether they're going for unemployment benefits, whether they're going for the age pension or Austudy, whatever, they go through Centrelink. And last week, there were the lines of people in line to go to Centrelink to sign up for a payment was ridiculous. It's the same for calling. You cannot get onto it. And it was just crazy. A lot of people have lost their jobs because of this virus. Shops have closed down. Cafes can no longer serve seated meals. They only can do takeaways. As I was saying, the food courts are closed. Hairdressers are closed. I think they could only have a customer in there for 30 minutes. And one lady said they cannot do a haircut in 30 minutes. So they decided to close down. When I went shopping on Friday, there's a lot of shops have closed down for safety, for themselves and for their customers. I think there's one jeweler, I didn't think to check. Well, I'm not quite, no, he was still open. I know post office, I know the UK are not accepting, parcels, so there's no parcels coming out and none going in. I know the US is okay from Australia. I went onto Australia Post site and so far America is okay, so I've actually got to get Stephanie's parcel together. There's one item I have to get. I don't know how I'm going to get it if the shop is out of them. One of my favourite lorries. We're talking about it in, I think, what was it, premiere? Yeah, I think one of the premieres last week, we're talking about it, and she said that I'll send her some. So I've just got to see if I can get some from the shop. I was over the other day and they were out. So hopefully I have to go and find some. I'll try the next couple of days. He may not be able to get it in. Because I want to get this parcel sent off, because some of the things in it, some things are for her and the family, some things are that she can actually probably sell. It's up to her what she does, because I've got a whole bunch of some things, and the shop in the plaza was going out. It's still selling, and I got a whole bunch of these things. They were half price. I thought I can get a whole bunch of these, and Stephanie could do what she likes with them. She could actually sell them online for something, that money for herself, or she could actually add them, keep them for the custom babies that are in line waiting to give to you, who have actually waiting on a custom baby from Stephanie and Jackie that have been waiting for how long. Maybe she could put them in with them, or she could do whatever she wants with them, can't she? What else is happening? I wasn't going to put this up. I thought, yeah, I'll put it. I still got my washing hang on. I think the washing's dry, but I think it's a bit cold. Yeah, sometimes it feels damp, but it's not damp, it's cold. I wasn't quite sure, so I'm just leaving it there. I did my washing Wednesday night, I think it was, and I was going to hang, no, was it Thursday night? Thursday night. I was going to hang it out overnight, but then lucky I didn't, because it rained, which I was glad. Then Friday, I got up early, went to my shopping. Actually, I did my towels on Friday morning because we had sunshine. The sun was beautiful. So I did my towels and that, and they were out. I thought they'll get dry. And I think about 3:30, 4, I got up to get a drink and I noticed the clouds, so I went and got me clothes. I was going to do my sheets yesterday, but what happened yesterday? I think it was raining. It did come over. Rain. Well, sheets are okay. At least I got my towels done, my washing's done. Yeah, that's all done. I've got to clean the house. Getting there, doing something, I think. I wash up. This may be crazy, but when I'm not volunteering, I am feeling so much better. I love my volunteer work, but I think it's the because I have to catch a bus there. It's just that sometimes that's where my anxiety comes into it, but it doesn't. And when I do go, I always take Garfield with me to help me, just like a bit of comfort. Doesn't, yeah. And yeah, it is hard. Everybody loves Garfield. Garfield's here. He's having a look up the sky. And when I've got more light coming in, I've actually lowered this. This I can lower it. So I lowered it a bit further. So it's got light coming over. So I haven't got that line going through there. Yeah. Oh. And Team Muriel, your little baby is coming along beautifully. I can't wait to see it finished. Amazing. One day I might have a go. I know I've got to get in that little room. There's things I want to put away and clean up. They should be done. But it's crazy because it's the night time is when I feel like doing these things. Oh, excuse me. But I can't have a night time because that's actually next to the next door. I didn't want to make a noise. I should do it more often. The government. They knew in January about, as I say, I'm going all over the place. They knew in January about this virus. But I can't remember, it had only been a couple of weeks or so when they announced it. And I think the first thing they've done is there was a cruise ship come home to Australia. Is it the Ruby Princess? And the passengers get off and left. There was no trying to quarantine them, isolate them, get them tested. They just were allowed to walk off the ship. And of course, there's been a couple that have actually died because they actually had this virus. And Australia needs to be in lockdown. No one come in. It needs to be in lockdown complete to stop this virus from spreading. I was watching the premiere this morning of Stephanie. She said, go onto her channel and watch this video. It was about a nurse who's at the front end of this. She's in a hospital in the ER department or ED department, and she's telling it like it is. She was saying this one person was in isolation. She had the virus. She came in with a gun wound. Someone had shot her. Maybe because she had the virus. They've got different ages. No one hears about, if you're a Stephanie fan, if you're not already on Stephanie's Facebook page, go on there and have a look at this video. It will open you up. It is so sad with what's going on with this. The one good thing is that supermarkets are still, they need to stay open for us to get food. But it'll come to a stage where we won't be able to leave the house. As far as I know here, as I said earlier, there's no cases here in Coffs Harbour that we know of, unless that I know of. And so I don't have a wild radio to listen to anything. I've only got, I can't go on my phone. My phone's up here. I don't know. I've got to do clean up. I've got some things I've been doing. I've got a pot plant sitting out there, but the plant is dead. I've got the stones. I'm going to put make it like a little fairy garden in my pots. I'm going to chip the dirt out and put stones in it. I've got some brown stones. It's what you use in fish tanks. I'm going to put the brown stones on the bottom because they're cheaper. Put them on the bottom, then put white ones on top and add just little fairies around. To make it like, I don't know, so that plants always die on me. Even cactuses, they die on me. I can never keep flowers alive. Oh yeah, talking about the government. What the government has been doing, he's actually handing out what they call a stimulus payment to help people in this. With the millions out there who have lost their work, I was actually talking about this earlier. They're going to Centrelink to sign up to get job seeker payment. I mean, people who have never been on the dole before have to go out and apply for the dole. And in Australia, we don't have a number. I know in America, you all have a social security number. In Australia, the only time you have a number is when you are actually on a Centrelink payment. From whether you are New Start, student allowance, job seeker, or pension, or disability pension. I think we actually have a CRN, which is a customer reference number. We're the only ones. If you have worked all your life, that's all you've ever done, you do not have a number. But people who have never had this, they've got to apply for a CRN. And just getting that is hard because I'm not quite sure. I can't remember because I've had a CRN from Centrelink for a long time. So it's one you have people that who were on it years ago. They got off because they got a job. They've had another job for more years. Have lost their CRN, so they don't know what it is because you keep the one. And I was thinking, I know. Be nice if once you reach a certain age is that we are given a number in cases like this so that something happens. It's much easier to do things when you've got a CRN. Maybe that's what they should do. I know in America, I think it's from birth, you have a social security number. In Australia, it used to be Social Security. DSS, Department of Social Security, but now it's Centrelink. And if everybody has a number, but now it's too late because now people need it. They've got to apply for one and just taking things. Some people are not getting paid for some reason. There must be a glitch in the system. Last week, the Centrelink website crashed because people were on there trying to actually access and to apply for a job seeker payment, thinking that everything is actually, what was that? I don't know. Everything's lax at the moment. As I said, I don't have to report because I can't work. I can't do my voluntary work because the place I used to go to is closed. And that's not my fault. So I am on until the 27th of April. Then they'll probably readdress what's going on. But still, unless my place of volunteer work reopens, yes. So what the government is doing, he's given everybody on a Centrelink payment are getting a certain amount of money from the 1st of April to the 7th. They're getting a lump sum money. I'm not going to say how much, but it's much. Then from the 27th of April, there's going to be a rise in certain payments for 6 months. So the government is helping out. The government is raising the dole, which is what we call it. Yeah, it's a New Start allowance. It's now a job seeker allowance. It's something, raising it is good because it's needed to be done. Yes, we have a small rise every 6 months. It goes up about $5. But it's not a lot because everything always going up. I know my power is more than it was last year. Even reading it now, my power a day little man. He is such a beautiful. He is such beautiful. He's in there. Oh, I'll show you. I'll turn this around. I should show you one day what I do about my power, to keep tabs on my power and my usage. I've actually got a spreadsheet all set up to keep tally of my power. I have the reading, I have the start reading, like this, the one at the moment, the starting read was on the 6th of January. And I read it each week, so I read it on Fridays, the 27th, which is 81 days. So far, my daily cost for my power is $1.76. And my bill, it's end of next week, it's actually due to come in. My bill for this quarter will be about $155. And this time last year, what was it last year? Oh, I didn't put it up there. 5th of April, 88. Let me see. Well, actually, this time last year, I was paying $20 a fortnight towards my power. The daily rate this time last year was $1.41 per day. That was my daily cost for my power. And it has gone up 30 cents per day since last year, because the power has gone up. I've got my usage per week, how much I use per week. My usage is around the same. This is what I do to keep on top of everything. I can go outside, I can see my meter, I take note, I put it into my spreadsheet, and law works around. Like when I read my power on Friday, I've even got a weekly cost. Okay, I think the highest weekly cost I had was back in January. I had $14.14 for the week. That's what my power costs. From the 20th of March to the 27th of March, my power cost was $12.42. That was for the week. Winter coming up, it will probably go a bit more because I'll be using the heater. I also do every fortnight I also pay money towards my power. Like by the time my bill comes, I've actually had it already paid off. At the moment, I have got a credit of $26, which I'm going to leave there, and that'll carry over. So when I get my power bill comes within the next 2 weeks, I won't have to pay anything. I'll actually have a credit, which will actually go on to my next one. Our power bill comes in every 3 months. And in New South Wales, which is good because we have a choice of who we want to go for our power. But in Queensland, they've only got one power company. New South Wales, we have a choice. The power company who I'm with them, because they come around, they were doing house knocking one day, and they come in and I showed them my last bill, showed them everything. They worked it out. Going with them would be cheaper. But I don't know. It's hard to find. And just also because I'm on a government payment, I got low income. I get a rebate. I actually don't get the money. The money comes off my power each week. So I get per day, I get about 79 cents per day, my rebate. I've got it all worked out on here. I should show you one day. It is amazing. I'm not quite sure how your power works in America, or if you're in the UK or wherever you are. I don't know how that does. But I thought I'd let you know how it's nice to hear how other countries deal with things. Like, as this is my power, it's done every week. We get the bill at the end of the 3 months, and you got a big bill. And that is the reason why I've been paying this, I've been doing the budget on this for, I've been here 2 years. I've been doing probably, even before it was in the other place I started doing, because I had a big water bill. I mean, a really big, not water bill, hot water bill. It was really big. And I rang the real estate. They said, have you bought a new appliance? I said, no, I haven't bought anything new. I said, this is a hot water. Well, she said, how do you know it's a hot water? I said, because it is. They said, well, you better check your company provider. So I rang the provider and said, it's my hot water bill that was really big. He said, yes, it was. So I rang her again. I said, it is the hot water. She said, how do you know? I said, because I've got 2 meters. I've got a power meter and a hot water meter. That shut her up. So there was something wrong with the hot water meter. The hot water. So he had the landlord come out. I'd seen him there. And I think they said, oh, there's nothing wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. But I reckon there was something wrong with the hot water system, and he actually fixed it, and saying that there was nothing wrong with it. Oh, it is. And of course, where I lived at the time, I couldn't get into the hot water to actually have a look myself. It was locked up. Very, no. But here, I've got, my power bill is due about the 4th of April, which is next Friday. Let me see. What's today? Day the 29th. The 4th is next Saturday. So with the week, within the next 2 weeks, I will have my bill. Probably a few days after that, I actually get an email. Because if we actually got a paper bill, if they send it in the mail, that will cost us money. So I just get it emailed to me. It's so much easier. I don't get any bills in the mail, no shock bills. I think the only bill I ever get is when, actually I don't anymore. I don't have a phone bill because I'm prepaid. I pay so much, and that lasts me, I pay $15, and that runs, that's a 12-month run out before I use it. But mostly I do use it before then. I do not make a lot of phone calls. I made a couple in the last week. I rang up my job provider. Just asked a couple of questions. I did try and ring Centrelink, but couldn't get through. With phone bills, I don't have a home phone. No sense of having a home phone. Because the main thing with home phone, the rental is the big part, and ridiculous having a home. Because I've got no one to ring, and no one to ring me, so why? Oh yeah, if Waratah, where I volunteer, they want to ring, they ring me. My internet provider, I've been with them, let me see, 2 years, I think it is. I don't think it is 2 years. And I don't get a bill. I do get a bill, but by the time I get it, I've paid for it. So with my internet, I pay half each. I pay $54 a month, unlimited. So every fortnight, I pay half of that each fortnight. So by the time the bill comes, I've paid. It's already paid for. It's the way to go when you're on a budget. Even if you're not on a budget, even if you're working, getting a big bill, wondering where all this money is going to come from is a shock. So if you are on a limited budget, just you're putting money aside into an envelope is good. It's there, but there's always a chance you could, I need some money now, I'll take it out. So paying it to the company straight away, they've got it. They've got records. I keep a record of everything on my computer. I have got a budget on my computer. I know I was in a group a while back and it was about, I think it was about budgeting or something. I actually did a video of how I actually have my budget set up. People were up in arms, why are you doing this, blah, blah. It's to show people if they wanted to do a budget. And there's something else I showed even before that, shopping. Like for Coles or Woolies, you go onto the app that you can actually see what aisle the food is in. So you put your food into the app and it will tell you what aisle it is. And if you write it down on paper, go aisle for aisle, so you know what aisle you need to go to do your shopping. So you're not going anywhere else to get what you want. And people were up in arms over this. They did not like it. I was just there helping people to get in and get out as soon as they can. Some people do not appreciate when people are trying to help, which is what I do. I like helping people, showing it to make things easier. So I know these days everybody's on minimum budget. You got to watch where money goes. So how do you get by in with your bills? Are you able to pay so much each fortnight? Are you able to pay it off before that? Will they allow you to pay some off? How do you pay your power bill? Is your power bill, do you actually get a bill in the mail so you pay your power bill? With that, you can actually pay so much each fortnight or something, and by the time the bill comes, even you don't have to pay much towards it, but it does bring the bill down. Even you pay $10 or $20 a fortnight, it does. At the moment, I'm paying $25 a fortnight. What I'm going to do for the next bill, which will be coming in the next one, let me see, this is April. After this month, next one is July. It was a big one last year. Daily cost for up to July was $1. I'll go to October because that's when it really is. Yes. Okay. From April to July last year, my daily cost per day was at $1.82. But that will be going up because the power has gone up since then. And further until October, it was up to $2.10 per day. With my payments, as I said, I pay through the bank. I pay by what we call, you probably know about BPay. And I can adjust that payments as I see. If I think, okay, I've got a big credit, I can actually adjust the payments down. At the moment, I'm going to leave my credit as it is. As I said, at the moment, I have got a credit of $26.41, which is really another week's payment, another fortnight's payment. So I could actually not have next week's payment, just cancel that one, and I would actually still have a credit. But I prefer to leave it there and just see how things go. So if see what the bill is and see if I've actually got I'm got to work it out. I might have to go by this to see how much it is. Let me see. Of course, that's July. I love numbers. I love working around in spreadsheets and working it all out, putting on once I've got the information on one spreadsheet for my power, I just copy and paste it into another tab to create the other one. And I just love doing this. I mean, it is really amazing. It's all set out. I can see my usage. I can see so many days. It's 87 days. So the last time it was 88 days. That was last year. My bill last year was 122. It's gone up now, say $33 in the last 12 months. but I have kept that ahead. That's one thing I always do. My power, my internet and my rent are the first things that I pay off. Once they're out of the road, all the other money that in my bank is mine. I do try to keep a bit aside, and that's the way it is in case of emergency. And with this extra payment that the government is going to give us, it's going to be good because I can put more aside. Because the one thing, like my fridge is 10 years old, and I got it when it was actually second hand when I got it. I paid $85 for that fridge. And the one thing I'm scared of is the fridge dying and I'm not having a fridge, not having the money to actually get a fridge. But it's still going good. I hope it goes good. It's still freezing. If my freezer's chock-a-block, it is good. At the moment it is, because I got bread and I got some chicken. I buy a barbecue chicken and I break it up I pull the meat off and I divide it up. I've got 8 parcels, 8 meals of it this time. And I wrap the chicken bones up into an alfoil and I freeze it until the garbage goes out. And that fills up the freezer. I've got freezer, I've got sausage rolls, I've got chips, bread, I've got ice cream. I got some ice cream the other day. I'm good because it's still there. When it's still there, it knows I'm feeling good. When it's gone, then I know I'm not doing too good because I tend to eat ice cream. I love ice cream. So I've been really good. I've had 2. I love my jelly, ice cream and ice cream, jelly and peaches. Beautiful. Well, today I just had ice cream and jelly. And our jelly is not the same as your jelly. Our jelly is a wobbly. What you call jelly is what we call jam. It's a spread on your bread. I did a video about the different things that were different, and that was one of the things. I don't eat a lot of jam because I don't eat sandwiches. I don't even have toast anymore. Because I just can't be bothered. I'll have cereal. The only time I have toast is when I have toasted sandwiches. I've got to decide what I'm having for tea tonight. Yes, I have to think about that. Oh, that's last year. Yeah, wait a moment. And when this quarter is finished, I always keep the tab from last year, from the same period last year, to compare the two. And once this quarter is finished and done, I'll actually delete that tab from that one, so I've still got one, so I can compare the two. But I know, as I said, this one is up more than last year, and I know winter is going to be, I'm going to have to restrict my heater for the bill. So as I said, one day I will show you what I do and how I put it into it, because it is so easy. I started doing my budget. I actually also do a budget on my computer, which I've been doing for years. I actually do it in a spreadsheet, and I have been doing this for years. I think when I did an accountancy course, I've got the month, I've got it all set up. I've got the year, month, the date, account payable, the amount, account receivable amount, and total I have in the bank. Account payable is anything that goes out, like my rent, what's GT? My rent, my broadband, my power, my shopping, anything I pay that's going out. And in my account receivable is any money that I receive, is money that's coming in, or money I've transferred from one of my other accounts into this account. So it's all up and done. Really good. I've got all these tabs future. That's my broad. And I even got a tab for my April, March. I might do that on next week. As I said, I keep a tab of my my internet as well, so I know where I'm going. So 31st of March, and I'll be paying more this month because there's an extra payment. Hopefully it will go in there. Oh, that's a plus, not a minus. Oh, what am I doing? That plus that. What have we got here? What happened there? FG. That plus that. How could that be $10? I know, it's okay. It's okay. Why is it $10? That is crazy. No, that's right, because I'm taking the $27 off that. Yeah, that's right. I'm crazy. I don't know, because I usually don't do it. Actually, I might leave it because I'll have 2 payments next week, so I'll leave it. So it's there. Like I make 2 separate payments each month. I got it on my spreadsheet when I pay it. And Bob's your uncle. You know, you got to keep. I like to know where my money is going. Even when I used to do taxes, do my income tax, I would do it because I like to know what is happening. When we first started doing income tax, my eldest sister used to do them because she's an accountant. And then we got a thing called a tax pack where it come in a booklet and we could actually do it ourselves. Right? Then they got a thing called e-tax where you do it online. So I still do it myself. And then when I started driving taxis, I'd actually have to pay GST. And I got because I had never done it before, I actually got the taxation officer to come and show me what to do, what I can do and all this, which really helped. So then I actually got a program that actually showed me how to fill out, and it really good. But when the taxation office came and showed me, they actually told me something wrong. They said I couldn't claim when I was going from my place to my workplace. Because it's not, they said, if they can't do it, why should I? But then again, my home was my office, and I was actually going to my place of work where I was actually going to work. So I was told I could claim it. So I claimed everything I could. I claimed my sockets. I claimed my pen I had to buy. I claimed my to and from work. Because I actually had to if I caught the bus, I would keep the ticket. If I had to catch a cab, I would actually get a receipt and I would keep the receipts. And I love to know what is happening. It is my money. I like to know what is happening with it. It's the same with everybody. Some people just don't know where the money's gone. They come at the end of the year and where has my money gone? I can see it up here. Sometimes I wish I didn't see where it's gone. Oh my God. Because as a time, especially when I actually, I have got a list of since July, my payments I've got from the government, and I thought, wow, I got that much money from the government, and the year's not over yet, and we've got more money to come. I thought, wow. But with this money that the government is going to give us, it would really help so I can be able to put money aside, because I've got this special baby I want to get, and I wasn't quite sure if I was able to get it. I don't know how much the kit is going to cost. I do not know what the size of this kit is. It actually has not been released yet, and I think I might not be able to get this kit, and this kit I really need. This is one kit I really want. It's such a cute kit. So with this, oh, excuse me, hang on, I've got a sneeze coming. Oh, bless me. Oh. And sneezing is not in this virus. You do not, as I was told, sneezing is not a symptom of this virus. Crazy. It's just like the flu. I think I've said before, the main thing is shortness of breath. Yes, you got a cough, probably a sore throat. I don't know what else. But shortness of breath, if you get that, comes into it, that is when there's a chance that you could have it. If you do have it, please isolate yourself. If you feel you've been somewhere and you might have it, maybe isolate yourself. I only go out when I need to, which is do shop. And hang on, it's coming again. Hang on. I've got to paper it. It went. That was it. It's gone. When you sneeze, I said this before, into your elbow. There's something else that come to mind. I've been thinking about, you see these people with the long nails. I like Tambry. She got the long nails. I've been watching shows on couponing. People have got long nails. How do you clean them? You know, you showed me, one of the part of hand washing is you go like that. Brush around so you get all your cuticles. How do they get the germs from around their fingernails? Eh? How do they do that? Can someone please explain tell me how they get their nails clean? That's another place that is closed down in Australia. Nail place. People got to get the nails and all that done. That's closed. They're closed. Hot massages, anything like that with hands on, they're all closed. I will go over, hopefully I'll get some what was it? Mustics. Mustics, the good mustics, that is what I'm waiting for. I did a search if I can get some mustics online. I can, but I've got to buy 180. I did a search and I found this one place and they're selling the crap ones. They are selling the cheap ones you get from Woolies. And they are not the proper mustics. When I seen they were selling Woolies mustics on an Australian site for Australian food, I messaged them on Facebook and said, how dare you sell these? These are not the proper mustics. The proper mustics are spelled F-Y-N-A. They are the proper mustics. And I can get a box of them. I might actually order a box of them. I might just do that. I can get them cheap. I think I've got some money in the bank. Go to my budget. Where are we? What have I got? Where am I? I might have enough money in there. I think that was Woolies. I don't think I've done anything except Woolies. I might not have enough. I'll have to check. I'll check and see when I can get them delivered. I have to go onto eBay. I've seen some on eBay, it's free delivery. eBay is my go-to. If I can't find anything I want, I go onto eBay. I've actually got some I'm watching. I'm still waiting for my thermometer to come through. What am I watching? There's other things I want to get. There's another thing I want to get for Stephanie. I'm going to have to transfer money over. When will that come? Yes, no, that's that. Where's me? I didn't say, oh yes, no, that's not the one. Yes. No, I found there was some here, had free delivery. Bugger. Well, I've got to go, guys. They're the right ones. No, that's not the right ones. That's not the ones I was looking for. FYNAMUSKSTICKS. No, it doesn't start with a D, it starts with an S. So, $30. Oh. Fads. We were growing up, I said we actually had domestics. It's also what we had, these lolly cigarettes we call fags. And because they can't use fags anymore, because fags are, where are we? Wow, $22 for 180. I think that's the cheapest I can get. I wonder how much is that each? $26 is $22. No, they're Big Boss. So I don't want the Big Boss. Where are we? Come on. $22.95 divided by 180. I'll see how much that's going to cost. 22.95 divided by 180. It's 12 cents each, which is pretty good because they cost me 10 cents each over there. So this is getting a bit long. I hope you enjoy the chat today. If you now have people with long with talons on the fingers, can you find out how do they clean their fingers? Because that is one of the things of proper hand washing. They cannot, you know. So I'm going to close. This is over an hour. Sometimes I don't know what I'm going to chat about. It just comes out with what I'm doing. It is nearly 4 o'clock. There's something I cannot send. There's something on there I want to get Stephanie. I've seen it there and I thought I will get that. And I think she will like it. I might do that. Have a look and get these mustics and get that and see if I can get them ordered together. That way I can't post Stephanie until this comes. This is something for her personal, something that I hope she'll like. I think it's rainbow, so she will like it. We love rainbows. Rainbows are so beautiful. That is who we are. I'm proud of being a rainbow person. It has been hard, really. Tough, really, especially with my last relationship. That is, I'm alone. I don't mind being alone. I do like someone, and not because I'm alone. I want someone who will show me love, show me what love is really about. Someone who I can trust and say what they tell me is actually the truth and not their version of the truth. They've got to be honest, reliable, trustworthy. That bitch knew I trusted her, yet she lied to me. So we'll go. We'll say goodbye to little Bead. Little Bead will say goodbye to everyone. He is so adorable. Look at that little boy. Look at that. Oh, he is so adorable. I love this boy. Look at him. And yes, Garfield's come to say bye-byes. I don't know where the hour's gone. You know, it's Garfield. It's Garfield. Yay! I wonder if I can get him some new clothes on there. So, hello, everybody. Got to go bye-byes. Want a hug? Do you want to give them all a hug? Okay. Huggy, huggy, huggy. Want another one? Okay. Ready? Ready? Go! Hug, 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 hug. So thank you all. Thank you all my subscribers. I do appreciate each and every one of you. I love when you comment. I do appreciate. I love the interaction that we get on at my channel. And keep it going. Keep everybody up. Keep safe. Look after yourself. If you need to isolate, isolate. Only go out when you really need to, which is for food. So everybody, I will see you in my next video, which might be tomorrow or the next day. I've got something special arriving in the mail. So I will do that box opening then. I won't tell you what it is, but it's something special for me. So I will see you in the next video, everybody. Have a good day, everybody, and take care of yourself. Look after yourself. So everybody, bye. Bye. Take care. Have a good day, mate. Bye.